What's up, and welcome to the video. As you come into the video, as always, if you have a stock or a cryptocurrency that you would like to have analyzed right here live on stream, drop it in the comments, and I'll take a look at it before I get off this live stream today. As you see in the title, can Bitcoin rally here? There's a significant development that's happening on Bitcoin. Let's zoom in on the 4 hour. I kind of have to zoom in on the 4 hour to show you all what's taking place. So if you zoom in and pull up the 4 hour time frame, you can see we got an interesting development that's happened on Bitcoin, and that is class A bullish divergence. Like if you take a look at it here, you can see it down here on your MACD oscillator. And let's see, do we have it? We don't have it on the RSI, but you do have it right here on your 4 hour on the MACD, and you've ushered in a rally. You've came as high as $97,000. So now you're back testing this 200 moving average right here on the 4 hour. You're testing the 400 the 4 hour 200 moving average. And it looks as if right now you are treating it as resistance. You're getting rejected here, but you can see if Bitcoin does have the bids come in, you can see we'll probably come back up here and test 98 to 99,000. So that's very interesting on Bitcoin right now, the 4 hour bullish divergence. And we know if Bitcoin can stay at around this 95, 96K level long enough, what will happen, y'all? Can anybody tell me what will happen? You will then start to see some bullish divergence right here on the daily time frame. So you got some interesting things happening on Bitcoin right now. And you also got the CPI, the inflation report coming out tomorrow. And I think personally, right, that Bitcoin is really, though, it's kind of sounding the alarm on inflation. Because if you remember back in 2020 when Bitcoin, ran in that bull market, it was followed by heavy inflation, so I just question you all right now. Is Bitcoin sounding the alarm on inflation, as we speak? So we shall see what happens here on Bitcoin over the next coming days. But there's some positive price action on Bitcoin. You held the level, as you can see here. Just a couple of days ago, we were live right here for this price action on the 13th. This was just yesterday. You were back testing. You actually broke through momentarily this support level at 90 to 92K. But buyers came in and they defended that level, and now you are rallying to the towards the top of the range, and that is around about 98, 99K. So good positive price action on Bitcoin over the last 24 hours or so. And now today you have potential bullish divergence on the daily, on the MACD and the RSI on the daily time frame. So good stuff. And let's see if this bullish divergence on the 4 hour confirms the bullish divergence here on the daily, and we do go up to test 98, 99K and potentially break it. But right now that hasn't happened, but not looking too bad on Bitcoin right now. Now we'll move on and take a look at XRP, because you can see, if you look at the title, XRP is mentioned in the title, and XRP is looking really good too, guys. Hey, I just want to sound the alarm on XRP right now. XRP is looking really good. You can see you got the breakout of this wedge, and now since you've broken out, you've back tested the wedge, and it was confirmed right here. This candle right here. I'm not feeling this music either. I'm about to change this music in the background. So it was this candle right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you back tested the breakout. And after you back tested the breakout, you got a bullish engulfing candle. That is a strong sign on XRP. And I'd just like to say XRP is looking really good right now, where we will probably see if Bitcoin does go back up and test 98, 99K and maybe break it, you probably will see XRP back up here at all-time highs. And I know XRP has went higher than 290 on some charts, but since it's been relisted on the exchanges, that's your all-time high, and it was made back in December the 3rd is when the previous all-time high was put in on XRP. And if Bitcoin stays bullish, you've gotten the back test of the breakout and the bullish engulfing. If Bitcoin does stays bullish and continues to head up to 98, 99K, then you'll probably there'll be a good chance at seeing XRP back up at all-time highs. So XRP is looking real strong right now, but we should have to see how Bitcoin plays out, right? Hopefully Bitcoin doesn't roll back over. If it does, it's going to be very hard for XRP to continue its upward momentum. We're going to take a look at Caspa next. And this was a gorgeous setup too. We were looking at this, was it on the 8-hour? I think it may have been on the 4-hour. We was looking at this last week on Caspa. Right, you had the gorgeous M shape complete. You were holding these levels, and then you had this low area where you consolidated for a little while right before you broke out, and then you headed a little lower before you started this rally, this very impressive rally right here on Caspa. And on Caspa, you've broken the 4-hour 200 moving average, and you've broken 13 cents well, 13.2 cents. You've broken that level, which is resistance, and you're sitting above it. And the longer you sit above 13.2 cents, the more realistic the opportunities become. And you come up back up here and see 14, 15 cents. So good stuff here on Caspa. We talked about this the other day. We made our entries. And now we are riding Casper up here. You can see here on the 8-hour, you are testing this 200 moving average. We know that the 200 moving average can act as support. I'm sorry, resistance. So you want to see price get back above the 200 moving average, and then maybe we'll be looking at this 14, 15 cents level on Casper. But good stuff. When you properly identify these structures, it makes it easier for you to take action. And that was good identification on Casper. Let's look at Atom. Atom was another one. And these are all cryptocurrencies, by the way. Atom was another one. It hadn't performed nearly as good as Casper. You can see you rallied here and then you sold off, and you're back below the resistance of $6.36. And we know you need to be above that level if you want to see higher prices. So Atom, not looking as good as Casper. And you really hadn't got that clear signal on Atom yet. I would like to see prices get back above $6.36 on this one. But nevertheless, you got the M shape completed. And that's about all. Yeah, you don't have the bullish divergence. You don't have that edge working for you on Casper, just the M shape, and now you're back below a support level that you need to be back above right here in $6.36. So let's hope that Adam can get back above 636 and not treat it as resistance and head lower. So Adam, not looking that great. Let's take a look at Fetch. Fetch is another one too that was looking better a few days ago. We were looking at all this accumulation that was taking place on Fetch. Right, you got the low, then the higher low, and then you got the equal low right here on Fetch, and you were back testing the demand line of this upsloping parallel channel. Since then, you've broken back beneath it. And buyers are working on trying to recapture, right, that upsloping channel. You've broken back within it. Let's see if this is where buyers ultimately recapture this trend and move prices higher. But it's all going to depend on Bitcoin. It's all going to depend on Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin does get some follow through on the 4-hour bullish divergence, then these altcoins probably will see higher prices here in the short term. Looking at Ethereum. Ethereum was rejected up here at $4,000 and since then it has come back to backtest 2,800 as support, which that was a level that was identified that we knew we had a good high probability of seeing again with this higher low. I'm sorry, with this lower high being put in here. So you've gotten a back test and you've rallied a little bit. You're still below the 200 moving average. You're still below the 200 moving average. And just like on Bitcoin, you got the bullish divergence here on Ethereum as well. Let's just see. Right, let's just see if this is where, right, Ethereum starts to pivot. Because you have back tested the level. You can see right here where that $2,800 was $2,893. You can see right here where $2,893 was regarded as support multiple times right here. And you've back tested it as support once again. Let's see if we get the familiar price action that we are used to seeing after you successfully back test $2,893 as support. Let's just see if this is where you rally to come back up and test $4,000. But again, for that to happen, Bitcoin really has to get going. None of that will happen if Bitcoin decides to roll over. And you can see Bitcoin right here. Bitcoin is back above its 200 moving average. Let's see if we can come back up here to 98K, 99K on Bitcoin. And if we do decide to come back up here on Bitcoin, Ethereum will probably get going. Casper will probably get going. Fetch will also probably get going if we can get that type of price action on Bitcoin. And the inflation, that report comes out tomorrow. The CPI, the Consumer Price Index. I'm interested to see what that says about December. I wonder if inflation was higher in December. Because we know if inflation does tick back up, the Federal Reserve will be even more reluctant to cut interest rates. And that will not be good for the stock market. Right? We need rates to come down. for the sake of the stock market. So we shall see what happens tomorrow. And I believe the PPI came out today. Let's see. Yeah, I thought that came out today on the 14th. 3%. It's 3%. So the producer price index, which tracks the price changes companies see, rose 3% from the year prior. Okay, so it only ticked up 0.1%. So that wasn't a whole lot, but it's still going higher. Ugh. We should see what the CPI comes out tomorrow, and see we'll see what that suggests for the market. But as we all know, though, Bitcoin often does ring the alarm, sound the alarm on inflation. So when Bitcoin gets to pumping, it's usually followed by higher inflation. So we got what do we got happening next week? Trump gets inaugurated next week, so he'll officially become our 47th president next week. And there's some uncertainty around his administration and what they plan to do. So we shall see what happens. But one thing is for certain: if he is successful, if Donald Trump is successful, and he brings those manufacturing plants back to America, we will see inflation go higher, right? Because you got to think about it. The free market looks for the cheapest way to produce the product for the cheapest price, and that's over in China. If he brings those manufacturing companies back over to America, we will see inflation because the manufacturing for those items will be higher, which will be passed on to the prices that we see in the store. It's a great thing bringing jobs back to America from overseas, but it will mark the prices up on those individual items. So keep that in the back of your mind. If he is successful and bring jobs back from overseas, we will see higher prices on what we pay for those goods. So kind of a double-edged sword, right? But let's take a look at the stock market real quick. We're going to take a look at a few. So you can see the Magnificent Seven, like all the seven biggest companies on the stock market: Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, Facebook, Tesla, all closed lower today. They all are down on the day. And that's been the common theme for over the last couple weeks. And I'm starting to get a little worried. I'm not going to lie. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Taking a look at Microsoft, we know, let's pull this up on the daily. We know what the level is on Microsoft. 420 is the ultimate level on Microsoft. You don't want to see Microsoft below 420. And look at what's happened over the last 2 days, or really the last 3 days. Prices have closed below 420. And we know anything below 420 on Microsoft, you could potentially come back and see 390. So that's still a little ways down. You still have some ways to go if it is true. And what we talked about on my last live stream too, that this was a pathetic attempt by the buyers, right, to push price higher after the three rising valleys, because we know what's three rising valleys. Three rising valleys is a chart pattern that identifies accumulation, right? Each higher low represents more market participants owning Microsoft than before. So you can see market participants buying up Microsoft here. You got a reaction. You came back down to confirm 409 as the temporary bottom, and then you rallied. But look at the rally by buyers. The rally by buyers, they failed to come back up and recapture this all-time high. So there wasn't enough demand here on all of this accumulation and confirmation. There wasn't enough demand in the market to push prices back higher than at all-time highs. And then you started to sell off. And on this sell-off, you've broken 420, which is previous all-time highs going back to February 2024. So you're now back below that level, and the longer you stay below 420, the higher the probability that you come back to see levels like 390 to 382. So we'll see what happens with Microsoft, but you want to get back above 420 if you want to see higher prices on Microsoft. Now taking a look at Apple. We highlighted this candle yesterday because we talked about it being a potential bullish hammer on Apple, but we needed today's price action before we could confirm it, and it was not. It was a potential bullish hammer, but today you didn't get the confirmation because prices closed lower than the open of this bullish hammer from yesterday. So no bullish hammer on Apple. We were hoping that on this retracement from all-time highs up here at $260, we were hoping that you came and you found support at about 236. So right now you are below 236. That's your local inflection point, right? Because you can see 236 was resistance twice right here and 3 times right here before getting rejected each time, right? You can see prices came up to 236 right here, got rejected, came back up to back test 236 again. There was a rejection here before marking higher. We were hoping that what was once resistance was confirmed as support, and you continue to rally from that level on Apple, but you didn't get it. You're below that level, and just like we just looked at on Microsoft, anything below 236 on Apple, you can come back down and see levels about 214 to maybe 206. So maybe come back down and back test this 200 moving average right here at 215. That would not be weird if that happened on Apple. So let me put that here so that way we can all see exactly what we're looking at. But yeah, it's getting kind of shaky, man. And these are the market drivers, right? When it comes to the stock market. Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Facebook, Tesla. Those are the Magnificent Seven. Those are the market drivers. As the Magnificent Seven performs, typically so does the rest of the stock market. So you got the Magnificent Seven all on a, let's look at Apple. Apple is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Apple is on a 11-day losing streak where you've consistently seen lower prices for the last 11 days. Pretty much all of this year, all of 2025. And I got a question too to pose to you all. After Trump gets inaugurated next week on the 20th, which is Martin Luther King Day, what that's funny. Donald Trump getting inaugurated on MLK Day. What the fuck? But anyway, do y'all think the market, do you think it'll pump or dump after Trump is inaugurated? I got my opinions. I'm interested to know y'all's. What do y'all think? After Trump is inaugurated, will the markets pump or dump? We're about to see $10. I hope so on XRP. I figure you're talking about XRP, Andre. Yeah, I hope so. It's looking pretty strong right now. I'll go back and pull up the chart if you missed it. I'll go back and pull it up after I'm done looking at the Magnificent Seven on the stock market. So moving along, we take a look at Google. And if I have to be completely honest, Google is looking really bearish, right? And I say that because Andre say pump hard after Trump is inaugurated. That'd be great. And XRP $10. Both would be wonderful. Let's pump it. Let's go. Let's pump it. Taking a look at Google. Like I said, Google is so bearish, man. Just take a look at the chart. You're at the pattern completion zone of of a bearish shark pattern. And we know at the pattern completion zone up here at point D of bearish shark patterns, we know that this is where prices can reverse, and I mean reverse hard, because the targets to the downside is all the way back down here at point A and point C of the bearish harmonic. And point A is at 156 and point C is at 148. So if this harmonic plays out on Google, from where you are now, you're looking at 22%. You could lose 22% on Google if this harmonic pattern played out. And let's take a look at Google. You got the bearish shark pattern, which is bearish, and it lets you know that prices could reverse up here at the pattern completion zone, which is up here at point D. So that's what the bearish shark tells you. At point D of the structure is where prices reverse. So outside of the bullish harmonic pattern, the bearish harmonic pattern that you have two shooting stars, not one, but two shooting stars up here at the pattern completion zone of the bearish shark pattern. And we know shooting stars can also identify where prices reverse. So you got some confluence up here at $197, $200, right? You have a bearish harmonic pattern and you have two shooting stars, which are also bearish candlesticks that can pinpoint where reversals happen. So I'm looking at 189 as the last line of defense on Google. This is Google. So let me put this up here so we can see it. So this is Google. So you have some confluence up here at about $200, right? Everything is so bearish up here. I mean, I wish I could report something different, but it is what it is. You got to take the data for what the data presents. And if 189 is broken, we'll probably come back and fill this gap right here at about 176. So if all this does play out on Google, just coming back to the backfield, you're looking at about 7% to the downside, which is not horrible, right? Just like on the others we were looking at, maybe you come back down to test the 200 moving average, and you're looking at about 10% drawdown. That won't be the end of the world on Google, right? We all can withstand on 10% pullback on Google, right? That won't be the end of the world. And as y'all come into the chat, if you have a stock, a crypto, or anything that you would like to have analyzed, drop it in the comments and I'll take a look at it. I'll pull it up and I'll take a look at it here during the live stream. But we're going to move on to Amazon. Amazon, here we go. Amazon also, ladies and gentlemen, Amazon also has a bearish harmonic that's completed. This is a bearish crab pattern, right? You can see here on Amazon, you've been consolidating up here. You've been putting in lower highs, right? After this high you made, each high has been lower than the previous high. And now you've broken this bottom trend line of what looks to be like a, I could call this, let me see. I think that looks better like that. Yeah, I think that looks better like that. So you can see that now you're breaking the bottom trend line of the descending triangle, right? You got descending triangle behavior, which is bearish. That's bearish price action up here at the pattern completion zone of a bearish crab. And we know at the pattern completion zone up here, point D of a bearish crab pattern, that's where prices can reverse. So you got this little consolidation structure up here at the pattern completion zone of the bearish crab pattern on Amazon, and now you're breaking the bottom trend line. So Amazon, right? Look at where Amazon 200 moving average is, just like we took a look at on Google. If this is true and you break out here and this is where you reverse, there's a high probability on Amazon that you come back down here and test this key inflection point, this support level down here at $190 to $189. And if that was to happen, let's just take a look at how much your portfolio will bleed. So you're looking at about 12-13% drawdown on Amazon if this starts to play out. So we're a ways from it. We're just attempting to break the bottom trend line of the descending triangle up here at the pattern completion zone of the bearish crab pattern. Right, beautiful harmonic structure. And I like the crab patterns because you got this deep extension, right? You're so extended. Like, look how far you are extended on this crab pattern. And crab patterns usually play out. They usually perform pretty well. But we all know the Federal Reserve can turn the money printers back on and keep this thing pumping higher. So, but will they do that as they try to battle inflation? I don't know. I don't know. Because we've seen inflation ticked up a little bit last month in December. So they have to continue to fight inflation to keep prices stabilized, which they've been doing a great job at, right? They've been doing a real great job. You go to the store, you're paying $6 for a dozen eggs. Great job on keeping prices stabilized. The Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, and the Federal Reserve. Some places you go to, eggs are $8 for a dozen. The fuck? So Amazon, if you do convincingly break the bottom trend line of the descending triangle, look out, right? Look out on Amazon. Look out below, right? Let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia is skating on thin ice, ladies and gentlemen. There's no other way to put it. That's the best way I could put it. Because below 132, 130, 132 to $130 on Nvidia, below that is 115. Right? That's the only thing that really makes sense. Taking a look at Nvidia. Right? You've been elevated, you've been moving sideways since October up here, where you've been ping-ponging, bouncing between these levels, right, at about 146 roughly to 130. You've been ping-ponging between these levels. And now just look at your most recent price action, right? You gapped up above the level. Everything was glorious. We thought Nvidia was finna do it. Nvidia, you made all-time highs. We saw the highest prices on Nvidia ever up here. And then look at what happened. Bearish engulfing candle. And since then, 1, 2, 3, 4, for the last 5 days, you've been on a losing streak, which is okay because you've been above 132. And we know 132 is pretty much the last level of defense, because look at the amount of times Nvidia bounced at 130 to 132. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You broke it right here for a little while. So we'll just make all this 8. right? 8 times in the last 3 months or so, you bounce at this level. So what do you think is going to happen once prices start to close below 130 to 132? You'll probably see lower prices because the buyers has will successfully have lost the level at this point. So we shall see what happens. Maybe just like the others we looked at, Google, Amazon, you come back down to test the 200 moving average, which is down here at 119, and you continue to rally. Hopefully that plays out on Nvidia, but being below 130 is it just increases your probability of seeing lower prices. We'll just put it like that, simple as I can put it. Right. So let's pray that we get some type of turnaround tomorrow on Wednesday. Let's take a look at Meta. This is Facebook. Not liking it. You have a gorgeous double top, which is a bearish reversal pattern. The home is a lot of bearish reversal patterns on these assets, right? I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just reading the data for what it is, right? You can see you got this high, which was your all-time high. Sellers came in, sold it off. You came down here to about $585. You rallied. You came back here to back test the level. You confirmed 585 as support before rallying again to attempt to take out this all-time high, which you failed to do. And now you're rolling back over, attempting and threatening to break 585 once again. So this is known as a double top pattern. 585 is the neckline. If 585 is broken, the double top will be confirmed and lower prices is on the menu. And this double top is happening at all-time highs. There's not any better context in which a double top could happen. You're at all-time highs. Confirming $638 as the top. That's what's happening right now on Meta. That's what's happening right now on Meta. So a lot of bearish reversal patterns up here at all-time highs happening. Let's take a look at the last Magnificent Seven, which is Tesla. And looking at Tesla, man, you're in no man's land, in my opinion. You're in no man's land, right? You're not back testing any key supports where you are. You're just sitting up here getting rejected from all-time highs. And in my opinion, I would be looking for Tesla to come back down to test 311 to about 300. I'll say about $300. If Tesla can come back and test $300, that's where I'll be looking to get some type of confirmation and bag some more. Right? I'll be looking for this on Tesla. Right? Come back down. Right? You rally, you come back down. Right? Back test this level, get a reaction, and come back down and confirm that support, and then head higher. So I'll be looking for Tesla to come back down to these levels, about $300, back test it, confirm it as support, and then maybe head higher. Right? That's what I'll be looking for. Maybe you get some type of M shape, which we covet here at Rethink Finance. Maybe you'll get some type of an M shape. Right, where you back test, you come down about 88.6% of the way. Right, maybe you get some type of M shape up here. Some type of bullish harmonic. And you come back down and you back test these levels, right? And then after the bullish harmonic has completed, you get your type 1 and then your type 2, which would be your confirmation, and then head higher. So I'll be looking for something like this on Tesla before I get really excited, you know. But right now you're in no man's land. You're not back testing any levels of support. You're just hanging out up here. It's like a 50-50 chance right now on Tesla. Right? It's like a coins flip chance. if you're buying Tesla right here at $396. Right? And we don't like coin flips. We don't like 50-50 opportunities. We like a greater than 50% chance, right? It increases our opportunity, our odds at winning. If I want a 50-50 chance, I'll just fly to Vegas and pull slot machines all day. If I want a 50-50 chance. But when you are back testing critical key levels of support, and you get the first test, right? Let me highlight this as I talk about it. You get the first test of a key level, you get a reaction, and then you get the second test, and you got seller exhaustion down here on the MACD and the RSI. That's what gives you a greater than 50% chance. That's what we look for on every trade setup, right? You want to back test a key level, right? A level that was once resistance. You want to confirm it as support. And if you go back in Tesla's history, right, you can see a number of times, right? I'm going all the way back to 2021. You can see right here in 2021, $300 was confirmed as resistance, and you marked down, right? You broke back above $300 right here. You went to what was once all-time highs. You came back down to back test $300, and then you rallied, right? And then let's fast forward to right here. You can see $300 right here was regarded as resistance again, and you marked down. You came back to back test it as resistance one more time, and then you came all the way back down from 300. You came to as low as about 140. So you can see 300 has been regarded in history as support and resistance multiple times. So you want to wait until you're back testing a level in which you can see from history where buyers and sellers are. Right? You want to get some type of confirmation at those type of levels, along with some seller exhaustion on the MACD and the RSI. That increases your chances exponentially. Instead of a 50-50 chance, you got about a 60-65% to 40 to 35% odds swing in your favor. But right now you don't have that. So I say hands off Tesla right now. All right, that's the last of the Magnificent Seven. All of them are looking bearish AF right now. Hopefully we wake up tomorrow and it's all a bad dream. Right, we wake up tomorrow and prices are soaring back to all-time highs. And the last 2 weeks has been a bad dream. Right, but until then, you have to be able to read and understand the data. And once it changes, that's when you pivot your approach. So let's take a look at some active trade setups that we have going on right now. And one of them is Carnival Cruise Lines. Let me do the same. Let me put that here. So taking a look at Carnival Cruise Lines, you had a gorgeous Adam and Adam double top. You broke the neckline, and you can see the targets on the short trade setup. So right now prices are working against us as they pivot and head back up here, but we hadn't even came back to our entry yet. Well, we entered this short position up here at $24.85. And if prices does continue to rise, we will get kicked out of our short position at $25.44. So the price hadn't got there yet. What I'm hoping we get, I don't know what we're going to get. I can't predict the future. And I never get on here and act like I know what price is going to do. Right, but what I'm hoping happens on Carnival Cruise Lines, just for the sake of my trade setup, and not for, the employees of the company, because I know if this thing really does start to dump, things could start looking not so great for the people that work for Carnival Cruise Lines, right? But what I'm hoping happens, because you got this gorgeous Adam and Adam double top. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I may show it to you if I have time. But what I'm hoping happen on here, you see we broke the neckline of the double top. And this double top pattern is very similar to what we just looked at on, it wasn't Tesla. What was it? We just looked at a double top. Wasn't Nvidia, wasn't Amazon, was it Google that had the double top? No, Google had the shooting stars. Amazon has the descending triangle. Which one of these Magnificent Seven? Meta. It was Facebook that had the double top. So you can see the double top happening here on Meta. And now Carnival Cruise Lines has its own version of a double top that's happening. And you've broken the neckline here on Carnival Cruise Lines. And what I'm hoping happens is that you've broken the neckline, you come back up here and regard the neckline as resistance once more, and then mark lower and start hitting some of the targets of this trade setup. But we shall see, because we could get the opposite, right? Right, we could just head here and pivot and keep heading back higher, right? Then here I get stopped out of my trades, and we may come back up here to all-time highs and continue rallying. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna get, but I'm telling you, this price action right here would be gorgeous. Where you break the neckline, market participants push price higher to confirm the neckline as resistance before marking it down, and we're coming to hit all three targets of this trade setup, which is only at 8%, 15%, and 22%. So nothing real crazy, but we shall see. And if we do get some type of Japanese reversal pattern, if we do get some type of Japanese reversal candlestick pattern here as we back test this neckline, I'll probably load up more to short, right? But we shall see what we get, and I will bring it to you live right here once we start to get either price action. If we start to break back above the neckline, or if we start to confirm it as resistance and heading lower, I'll cover all that price action right here. And to take a look at another short setup that we have active right now is the Ford Motor Company. You can see on Ford, you have a gorgeous bear flag on Ford right now. Right, bear flag is another bearish continuation pattern. It's not a reversal pattern, it's a bearish continuation pattern. Because you can see here on Ford, you've been in a downtrend for some years now, right? Since January 2022. So now for 3 years, Ford has been in a downtrend. And now you got this gorgeous bear flag that has presented itself as a continuation pattern, meaning that if this bear flag is respected, you can respect it. If this bear flag is respected, then you can expect the downtrend to continue. Bear flags are a continuation pattern, and we are still in the green on this one. You can see here our stop loss is back up here at $10.35. Our entry is at $9.88, and our take profit on this is down here at $8.48. We're looking about 14% on this potential short sale. So we shall see. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the momentum indicators. You got some bullish divergence here, so you could see a rally take place on Ford. And if we do get stopped out, oh well, it's all good. It's all good. But again, if we continue to head lower, so be it. But gorgeous price action. I had to take a shot on Ford. You know, after identifying the gorgeous bear flag, and this is Ford. Let's put this here. So this is Ford. So gorgeous stuff on Ford. Let's see if I can look at lean hog futures real quick. Well, let's look at live cattle futures. So this is the price. What this chart represents is the price that you pay for your steak, right? The prices that you pay at the grocery store for your steak. It's at all-time highs, ladies and gentlemen. So that steak, that ribeye, that porterhouse, that New York strip, that T-bone that you like so much, the price is continuing to go up. Thoughts on APLD? APLD, let's take a look at it. Applied Digital Corporation. I'm identifying some levels real quick. I'll say 631 or Vera or Nvidia. I just took a look at Nvidia. Um, do you own any of this Applied Digital Corporation, or is it something that you're thinking about buying? Because it's not looking bad. It's not looking bad at all. You're above 631. Maybe you come back down to back test it before heading higher. And what I do like about Applied Digital Corporation now is you can see right these three higher lows. So that's a sign of accumulation, letting me know that more market participants are owning Applied Digital Corporation than before. And maybe you come back down and back test 631, confirming that support before heading higher. As you can see, 631. You can see these levels from the past right here, all the way back in 2004 and 2006. Once this level is back tested and held, okay, you own it. So I think you're in a good spot. I think you're in a good spot. Below 631, you know, it could start to get a little shaky. But as long as you're above 631, I think you're okay on this one. I think you're okay on this one. You got some negative momentum starting to build on the histogram. That's why I was thinking that maybe you'll come back and back test, potentially come back and back test $6.31. But long as you're above that, you're good to go. And you can also see right here locally that 631 kind of lines up with this rejection right here. Since that's a little local, I will do that like that. So yeah, you're above the levels right now. Applied digital corporations. You're above the 200 moving average on the weekly. Yeah, you're in a good spot. Like I'm not seeing anything that'll be like, yeah, you may need to reduce some exposure to this asset. You're good. And then the last two earnings reports were okay. They came in positive. Let's see if we got any news on it. Q2 loss, top revenue estimates. Cloud service. After market closes. After market closes. Okay. But yeah, looking at this from a technical standpoint, yeah, I don't think you're in a bad spot at all. Let's take a look at it on the daily. Let's zoom in on it. Yeah, and looking at it on the daily, you are in neutral territory on the RSI. Yeah, I think you're okay here. You see, like I was talking about on the weekly, you can clearly see more market participants owning Applied Digital Corporation, right? You see this low, each low is higher than the previous low, right? You have higher highs and higher lows. So you're in the well-established uptrend that started April of 2024. Let's see if I can plot a channel. you all right. Yeah, you're okay. You're fine. Yeah, you're fine on Applied Digital Corporation. Once you start to break, it's about 7:30. You see that about that $1 range, 7:30 to 6:31. I won't start to worry until then. You're good on this one right now. And it says AGI says XRP is going crazy. Is it? Oh, it is. Let's go. Up almost 5% on the day. About to hit 270. Yeah, to hit $3. I agree. I agree. And it all started from the breakout and the back test. It's oh yeah, no problem, James. Sweet, I appreciate it. And I'll fucks with you. Good analysis. For sure. Thank you. I appreciate it. For sure. Anytime. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. That's exactly what I'm here for. But AGI, yeah, crypto too. Let's go. I heard it. I heard that. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Bitcoin at 97,000. But yeah, this all started on XRP, right? At the breakout of this wedge, right? You see this wedge structure on XRP. After the breakout, you came back down to back test, right? You see this supply line? You came back into to back test this supply line and you bullishly engulfed just as of yesterday. That was the reason for my title and everything on this stream. Just because of this bullish engulfing candle after you back tested this supply line right here, right after you back tested this supply line and then you bullishly engulfed, I was like, okay, XRP could be coming on back up to all-time highs here, and that's what you're getting, man. That's exactly what you're getting. So this is great price action on XRP. Let's go. Damn, this is good stuff. And I have some XRP. I mean, I don't have a lot, but I got some. So you can see, oh, I gotta change my screen real quick. So this is what I'm holding on XRP. I've been holding it for a while. So I'm always excited to see XRP, you know, do its thing. I'm always excited to see XRP do its thing. So James said XRP, H bar, Stellar, Doge. Let's take a look at H bar. H bar is also up 4% on the day. Let's get rid of this. I don't like this anymore. Those are nice falling wedge breakout though that you had there on H bar. You just didn't get the follow through. So now let's plot these trend lines. We could do it something like this, right? Looking similar to XRP, but just hadn't broke out of its own consolidation structure yet. So you're kind of like flagging on H bar, right? You can see that this is bullish consolidation. After you get an impulse like this, and you start to consolidate sideways like this, that's just bullish consolidation. You're not. I can see it'll be different on H bar. You know, it'll probably be like thumbs down on H bar. If you were starting to make, you know, significantly after you rallied from here and you were starting to make like obviously lower lows on something like this on H bar, I'll be like, eh. But you see this? You're just moving, pretty much trading sideways, consolidating, waiting to break this supply line. So I like it, especially as long as Bitcoin is doing this thing. These altcoins are set up to rally, man. It's going to be a little harder if Bitcoin starts to roll over and break 90 to 92K. But as long as Bitcoin is up there, 98, 99,000, right? As long as it's kind of consolidating up there, these altcoins should be fine. And HBAR is okay. You may want to even, if you don't have any, you may want to even start to start to accumulate some here before the breakout. And just know, if you are to start breaking 24 cents again, that's when you'll start to get a little shaky, right, on HBAR. But long as you're consolidating within this structure, putting in the same lows or higher lows, you're going to be fine on HBAR. XLM probably looks a lot like, I got XLM already up here. XLM probably looks a lot like XRP. God, up 7% on the day. Oh yeah, and you're breaking 46 cents. Oh, look at this, chat. Look at this on HBAR. I'm sorry, on XLM. Look at what you got. Look at what you got on XLM, y'all. And you're starting to break the neckline. 46 cents would be the neckline. I'm gonna get rid of some of this. I do like that. I'm gonna change this to white, so that way it's a little bit more legible. So you got 43 to 46 cents is the neckline. Is the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. Like, can y'all see this inverse head and shoulders on XLM? And you're trying to break this neckline. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Inverse head and shoulders pattern. This is if you don't know what it looks like. So you can see this right here clearly on HBAR. I'm sorry, on XLM. You can see this clearly on XLM. Right, this is the neckline of the pattern, and it's not confirmed until the neckline is broken. So you can clearly see that on Stellar Lumens. Let me put that up here so that way I can stop calling this everything else. So you can see this on XLM, man. Who said this? James, appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because once price closes above 46 cents, that's when this head and shoulders pattern would be confirmed. Right, gorgeous stuff. And we covet here at Rethink Finance. Y'all know what we covet. We love when you get the breakout and the back test to confirm the neckline as support. That's like optimum entry type stuff. Dan K, what are your 2025 predictions on HBAR? I really don't have any, but if I could pull up the chart and see if I could, let's see. And we're assuming that this bull market is going to continue. Let's go to the weekly on HBAR. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Fibonacci retracement to kind of help me determine. And I'm going to go from, since we're on the weekly, I'm going to go from these two candle closes right here. This is where I'm going to put the first anchor of the, that's where I'm going to put the first anchor of the Fibonacci retracement tool. So I'm going to anchor from here, and then I'm going to go from this swing high down to this swing low. This is the swing high from November 2021. And then I'm going to plot this on this swing low from January, December, I'll say from January of 2023 So from swing high from November 2021 to swing low of January of 2023. And we know, right? So you've retraced deeply already on H bar. Like from the swing low, you're up 900%, right? And I would like to see if I was to give any type of prediction. I believe in deep 886 retraces, you've gotten that, and that's exactly where you reversed, right? How perfect is that? And we just plotted this from for the first time. So you can see we love the 886 retrace that for swing traders. Those are value perceived areas for swing traders. And you can see right here, this 886, that's where you got rejected. And it looks like, I promise you, man, it looks like you're flagging. It looks like H bar is just trading a gorgeous bull flag right now. That's what it looks like to me, right? So I would say maybe up here at this 618. I'm sorry, the 1618 up here. That's just 70 cents, right? That's not even much. Like right now you're at 30 cents. It probably will go a lot higher than that. But just for, just trying to rationalize some unforeseen targets, I use Fibonacci retracement. And I know in very extreme bullish markets, the 1618 is a target using Fibonacci retracement. So if we were to get that, I mean, just from where you are, you're looking at about another 100%, which would be awesome in my book. But you'll probably go higher than that, though. And let's take a look. Let's see if we can gather the measured move of this bull flag right here. And let's see what that will put you. So to get the measured move of a bull flag, you'll start at the bottom of the pole to the top. And you will just take that and apply it to the breakout. So you're at that same, you're in that same vicinity of about 70 cents. So I say, if this bull market continues, I say 70 cents should be an easy target, but it'll probably go higher than that. So I say 70 cents just to give you some type of target on H bar, but it'll probably go higher than that. And you say you bought yours at 7 cents. Jeez Louise. So if we do, Dan K got his H bar at 7 cents. So if we do go to 70 cents, oh my God. You're looking at roughly a 900%, almost a 1,000% return on that investment. Good stuff. But 70 cents is a fairly easy target on H bar. And just look at that gorgeous potential bull flag, man. That's beautiful stuff. Right, you get this impulse wave up, and then you got this nice high and tight consolidation on H bar. That's great stuff. I got a text message I got to respond to. But yeah, gorgeous stuff on H bar, man. And then he also, James, XRP, H bar, XLM, Doge. Let's take a look at Doge and see what Doge is doing. Okay. All right, Doge. So we've been looking at Doge here. Average price. Yes, sir. Same with Cardano, ADA. I think a huge gains are coming. Yeah, me too. Me too. My average price is 36 cents on Cardano. Okay, we'll take a look at it real quick. Taking a look at Doge, we were looking at Doge. You were trading in this upsloping consolidation structure, and we talked about if you were to break out of it and you were to break 37 cents, that you could come down here to about 28 cents. And we use Fibonacci retracement to get these levels too. We just took price from this swing low to this swing high. And we talked about completing the golden retrace when you first start to break out of this upsloping consolidation structure. And the golden retrace is the 382 to the 618. The completion of the golden zone is down here to 618. So we highlighted this level just to identify potential areas where one could buy. And so you got that retracement like we were looking at, and you came back up and you got back above 31 cents. You held it as support before going to back test 37 cents as resistance and getting rejected. And once again, back testing 31 cents, again, confirming it as support for the second time. So you kind of got like a double bottom. I'm going to get rid of this since this piece of data is no good to us right now. So you kind of got like a, something like an Adam and Eve double bottom going on right here on Doge. Right, where you got this first real rounded bottom, and then the second bottom is more narrow. Let's not use that one. And then the second bottom is more narrow, right? You kind of got like an Adam and Eve double bottom going on right here, which is a potential reversal pattern right here from this 31 cents price target. So looking at Doge, 37 cents is the level on Doge. 37 cents is the level on Doge. You want to see price, you want to see market participants push price back higher than 37 cents. So 37, 40, 30, 37, 39 cents right there in that range is where you want to see price get back above. And then 40, we will be at 45 cents so quick. Once 37 is broken convincingly, you'll be back at 45 cents so quick on Doge. Because just look at the, you can see where buyers saw value here, like right back down at the 618. Look at how you just skated along 31 cents before getting the reaction and then coming back to back test it one more time. So now 31 cents has been confirmed as support. And what is this? This is like the highest. So taking a look at Doge, this is crazy. Like, this is gorgeous price action in my opinion, because this is the highest. These two lows, really, this second low is a little bit higher than the first one. So I'm going to say this low is the highest low ever in Doge history. Mega bullish, in my opinion. Like, I'm not like those, like, I'm not like the other guys that you see on YouTube, you know, to the moon. I'm more strategic, right, with my levels. But I do think Doge is looking hella strong right now. 31 cents has been confirmed as support. And can we, let's see real quick. Yeah, I figured. So yeah, you can see 31 cents back in November 2021. That's where this level comes from. That was your resistance level before sending Doge back to the depths of the dungeons. So that's where that level comes from. And now you're holding that level, making your highest low ever on Doge at a level that you could see back in 2021 was that was it. What 31 cents was it for Doge before going all the way back down, right, to about 5 cents. So you're now holding a confirmed 31 cents as support. It's good looking stuff on Doge. And once this thing breaks 37 cents, you'll probably see 45 cents real quick. Let's take a look at Cardano. Cardano is up 2% on the day. The same type of price action. All these crypto, all these, well, not all of them, but a lot of these cryptos are looking very similar right now. Okay, you got bullish convergence on the MACD and the RSI, which is not bad, but you know, we look for bullish divergence because the divergence is a sign of seller exhaustion, right? Where sellers could be getting weak. But same thing here, man. $1.15 is the price that you want to see be recaptured. Because the same thing on Doge, right? You can see where buyers, where market participants have confirmed 87 cents as the bottom for right now. You can see that on this one back test rally, second back test, and now you're starting to pivot and head higher now. If you could break this local level, that'll be the first step to going to 115, breaking pretty much $1.03. Once you're above $1.03, 115 should start to come, especially if Bitcoin continues to test 98, 99K and don't roll over. If Bitcoin starts to roll over, it's going to make it hard for these alts to do anything. Right. Speaking of, let's take a look at Bitcoin. But yeah, Cardano is looking good. Cardano is looking good. You're just waiting for this double bottom to be confirmed. And then it looks as if you will be heading, oh no, not all time highs yet. And that's what I do like about Cardano too, because let's look at this on the weekly. I talked about this a while back last year. So what I like about Cardano, pretty much this was entering into 2024. God, that seems like a long, well, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but that was a whole year ago. Wow. But I'm heading into 2024, right? We knew coming into 2024, we had the Bitcoin halving that was going to take place, right? And we were looking at altcoins that had the M shape already behind it, because we know these harmonics often pinpoint where waves in price action end and where they begin, right? So we were looking at Cardano back here once this pattern completed. This is a bullish shark, by the way. Once this bullish shark completed, heading into 2024, pre-halving of Bitcoin, we knew that this could be like potentially the bottom. Like down here, he said his average, Dan K, his average is at 36 cents. Bro, you caught the bottom. Congratulations, Dan K. Congratulations. You caught the bottom on Cardano. Good stuff. Good stuff on Cardano. And we knew looking at this harmonics pattern that down here around about 25 cent ish could be the bottom. And you had this beautiful, and look how big, the bigger the harmonic, meaning time, usually equals to a higher probability of it playing out. And you can see this harmonic pattern started back in September of 2020, and it did not complete until January of 2023. So you're looking at a 3-year large harmonic, huge in size. So we were looking at these thinking that, we could be at the bottom. And just look at how price performed, right, since the pattern completion. You got a slight reaction here. You came back down to test the pattern completion zone back down here at 25 cents as support one more time before heading up higher, right, putting in a higher low, and before going on this crazy impulse wave that we have seen to end 2024. So gorgeous stuff on Cardano and Dan K. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back for catching this one about at the bottom. So you're looking at some extraordinary gains, life-changing gains on Cardano, potentially. Great stuff. And XRP was the same way. That's why we were so bullish on XRP coming into 2024 as well, because you can see XRP has its own bullish harmonic. This is a bat pattern. XRP had its own bullish harmonic behind it heading into 2022. This is back here 2022. Wait a minute, wasn't right. This has been moved at some point. This was about right here. That got moved at some point. I get it pinpoint accurate when I'm done with the stream. But you can see XRP had its own bullish harmonic behind it heading into the halving cycle. So we were looking at the cryptocurrencies that had already completed the M shape heading into the halving cycle. So XRP was the same way. So that was another one that we were looking at, and you can see how it's performed. XRP harmonic started in 2020 and completed in 2023. So you're looking at another 3-year large harmonic structure on XRP too. And now you can see this thing has been performing very well since then. And the breakout today is just gorgeous on XRP. So that's how we were just choosing some of these cryptocurrencies to invest in going into the halving cycle. We're looking at the ones that had the bullish harmonic that's already completed before the halving cycle. Said most of it was luck. Hey, I don't think any of it was luck because you put yourself in the right position at the right time. You know, you did that. I mean, I guess it's a small smidgen of luck thrown in there, but I will put most of that on you. That I mean, yeah, maybe some luck, but congratulations for because you know you had to take the risk, you know, at very uncertain times. Because when you're sitting at lows like that, it's just like your psyche just wants to say, "Oh man, this thing is going lower." You can see a beautiful chart pattern and everything, but it's just like eternally you always think, "Oh man, it's going lower." So to have the fortitude, the testicular fortitude to take that risk, that's all on you. Sometimes better luck than smart. I heard that. I heard that, and that is very well the case often. So I think I looked at all of them. That link, chain link will be the last one. Let's take a look at old sneaky link. Let's go to the weekly and see if we can identify some levels because we had a trade set up on link. I remember earlier, yeah, three rising valleys down here that played out beautifully. Right, we got like 68% on that one. I hadn't really looked at Chainlink since then. So apparently this is some type of support resistance level. Let's extend this out further. Oh yeah, and that's what you're back testing right now. This is the weekly, right? Yeah. So Chainlink is holding support where it needs to. You can see right here this peak from May of 2024 is being regarded as support. And the same thing here. This was all-time highs back in August of 2020 being regarded as support. Yeah. Let's take a look at the MACD and the RSI. You are so close to being in the bullish control zone of the RSI on the weekly. You know, anything over 60 on the RSI is the bullish control zone. From 60 to 70, you know, above 70, you're in the overbought territory, but you're so close to getting back into the bullish control zone of the RSI on the weekly time frame. No edge really on the MACD. Let's zoom in and look at this on the weekly, on the daily. Oh, you do have, okay. Okay, so taking a look at the MACD on the daily, since you have this very small green histogram right here, this is technically potential bullish divergence here on the MACD on the daily. And yeah, look at, yeah, just like we're looking at the other ones. Definitely have to fight the emotions if you believe in the technology, nothing has changed. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. And that's where my belief come from in the technology, especially with, like, you know, looking at Bitcoin, right? I do think Bitcoin is like really, I mean, we know at this point, I think. I don't think we have to think about it anymore. We know Bitcoin is the future. I don't know if you want to call it the present or the future because I think it's here. I really do think it's here. Um, you have what the United States. I remember back years ago in the early days, 2017, 2018, the big dogs, Jamie Dimon and all those type of people calling Bitcoin a scam and all that good stuff. Now look at what you have. You have the United States that are talking about implementing strategic Bitcoin reserves, MicroStrategy adding it to his balance sheets every day, just like these other companies now are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. You go log into Fidelity, right? I believe Fidelity now has the Bitcoin ETFs and everything. So I think the future is here. Like I think we're living in it, really. But anyway, taking a look at Chainlink, you got that double bottom happening at a support level. Yeah, Chainlink is looking good. Chainlink is actually actionable right now, in my opinion, because you're right here at the level, right? You're right here, just a little bit off of it right now at $20.49. And the level is pretty much $20. So above $20 is good on Chainlink. And you're right here so close to the level, right? Where you can easily say, you could easily think of it like this, right? Let's just say I want to enter right now on Chainlink my stop loss is going to be slightly below the support level, and my target is going to be up here, back up here near these highs at about $26. So, right, that's a 30% ROI. You can easily identify your entry, stop loss, and take profit. And you can even tighten this stop loss up some if you wanted to and bring it just below. Let me zoom in, make this bigger. So I think Chainlink is at an actionable level. Right, you can make your stop loss just below the closes, the open and the close of these two candles right here if you wanted to. Right, you only be risking about 5.5%. And if you wanted to bring your target down some, right, you can bring your target down to about $23. Right, that'll be a good 16%, 3 to 1. Right, for every one you're risking, you're looking 3. That's how I do mine on every trade setup. Every trade setup, I go 3 to 1, at least 3 to 1. For every one I'm risking, I'm looking 3. This would be beautiful. You got the if you wanted to wait until the bullish divergence was confirmed here on the MACD, I totally get it. Right, once you get the next green histogram down here on the MACD, then the bullish divergence will be confirmed. If you wanted to wait for that, I totally get it. Wait for that confirmation, right? But gorgeous, this is looking good. You're so close to the level. And if you could kind of back test it and get it underneath $20, $19, $18, I think that'll be even better. But just know, once you're breaking back below $18.75, you want to kind of, become risk off, because we know below that level, you could come back down to about maybe 16, 15 bucks. But gorgeous, this is looking good. Looking ripe for upside. Right, micro strategy, definitely. Michael Saylor, he definitely ignored all the BS. Yep, hats off to him. I wonder how much, let's see. What's his MicroStrategy on? Yeah, how much Bitcoin does MicroStrategy own? God, dog. 423,000 Bitcoin. Hats off to Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy for real. Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy for real. 423,000 Bitcoin. Wow. And I think they were buying back at like 42K, if I'm not mistaken. Gorgeous stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody coming into the comments and actually requesting some different charts, some different assets to look at. I think this what makes the stream a little bit more exciting when people come in and ask for a request and we all could take a look at. Because without you all asking about Chainlink, I never would have looked at Chainlink today and seen how actionable it is for a trade setup. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I try to go live pretty much every day. I usually stream on Facebook. I've been streaming on Facebook about every day, or the weekday, Monday through Friday, about every day, about every weekday for the last 2 months or so. So I'll start streaming on YouTube a little bit more often. Multi-streaming, because I'm actually live on Facebook right now too. I'll start multi-streaming a little bit more often. But it was a great stream today. I appreciate everybody, and I'll catch you on my next live stream. Peace. Remember to like, share, comment, and all that good stuff. I'm out.